Paco here again. Welcome back to Resonant Rise. It feels like days since I've been on the server. Oh, I'll have a look at this one here. Stace very kindly left me some nether stars. This was about a week ago, and I've just not got around to collecting them. He's also left me a nice bit of quartz. Thanks for that, dude. I'll have the quartz as well because I ain't got much. Is my thing turned on? Yes, it is. Wonderful. So, thank you very much for that, Stace. That was from the day I lost my player data. That's when Stace got me them because he crashed it. He was killing withers when we both crashed. So that's how long they've been there, and I forgot to say thank you. Thank you very much. Now, a comment from Rorax on the last video, and then replied to by the Phoenix, said that my life affinity should not be affecting my blood sword, my bound blade. Oh, I've got to turn on. Let's turn that off. Should not be affecting my bound blade when I hit stuff. Another thing that's making me sick. So what the Phoenix said, so Rorax said it shouldn't be doing that because you need to have a very high life affinity for that. And of course I've done a lot of Ars Magic before. I've done a lot of healing for my blood magic, for the rituals up there, self-sacrifice and stuff. So I had a look, and we updated Ars Magic of the week, and things changed, and I lost all my spells. If you didn't take your spells out your spell book, you lost them all. So my spells all went. So I've just made a fresh heal spell. So I've got a heal spell again, and it's just that real basic one there that uses some neutral essence. Now essence has changed a bit. This battery is actually full of neutral essence, because that's how they were before. So it's not full, it should have... Oh, it is full. I was expecting it to have a little bit missing because I'd made that spell. Only like... how much did that spell need? 500. I was expecting it to be 500 down, but it's maybe got some in there as well. What's in there? No, there's none in there. Weird. Now you need separate mana batteries for each type of essence. So luckily for me, because I've got that battery there, I've got 250,000 neutral essence, so I won't have to mess around with a neutral nexus for a while. This guy, of course, if you look at the colour, that's got light essence in it. So that's not sending essence anywhere at the minute. But for neutral essence now, you need a neutral nexus and use liquid essence to get essence into it. So luckily for me, I've got that mana battery there full from before, so that's quite nice. What happened when I made this spell was I got 2 unlocks in the Arcane Compendium. Now the Arcane Compendium, now you get unlocks when you make things. Can I quickly make... Have I got any smooth stone in here? No. Let's have a quick look at a sigil stand. Will that unlock anything for me? I don't think it will. I'll probably have to make the sigil for it to unlock. Obsidian, gold, and smooth stone. I should be able to do it. I don't know if I might not have any obsidian actually. Let's have a look. Obsidian, cool. So, what's it? 1 obsidian, yeah. 1 obsidian, 1 gold, and 4 smooth stone. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 4 smooth stone. I love the remote orderer. It's really cool. So, as you can see, there you go. In my inventory, we have got gold, obsidian, smooth stone. I've done that wrong, haven't I? What have I done wrong? 2 gold. Fool. 1 more gold, please. Thank you very much. I love that system. That's one of my favourite things in Minecraft, is the remote orderer. I don't use logistics pipes much, but the bit that I do, I really like. So, yeah, look. New entry unlocked. So because I made that sigil stand, we have got a new entry in the Oculus. So if you come to the... Sorry, into the compendium. So you see, that's shining. So that's indicating there's a new thing in blocks. If you look in blocks, you'll see that magic sigils. I've just unlocked that, so it's showing me that. That's all the sigils I can make, and then it'll show me the patterns I need to make them. So I guess you have to guess at being able to make a sigil stand, but once you've made it, it opens up that. So what I did was I made a spell, and then I used a spell. Making the spell unlock something, obtaining skill points, I think, and then actually using the spell, open this thing, affinities. It tells me all about the affinities, and what it does, it adds an extra page to the Oculus. So if we look in the Oculus now, offense, defense, utility, talents, and now because I did that and unlocked affinity, I've got this affinity tab. And if you look, I have got 86.7. So I used that heal spell one, it got me 0.7, I think. So each time I use my heal spell, I get points, maybe 0.7. Let's have a look. Yeah, 0.6 there. So spamming that will keep that guy going up. So as you can see, I've got a very high life affinity, which is why my bound blade gives me sickness when I kill living things. So it's not just blood magic, it's a combination of blood magic and No, it's not a combination of blood magic, because I guess any sword would do it when I'm killing living things. So if I kill a creeper, it's classed as living still. I think my mic's touching my face again, I apologise. God, should I just cut? I'm going to cut the camera and make sure my mic's alright. Back in a sec. Okay, mic's alright. There was a little bit of interference there, but it's not too bad, so I'll leave that bit. I won't redo that bit. So yeah, so that's why I'm getting sickness when I kill things, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I know what's doing it. Now I want to go to a couple of places before we get on with some more mechanism stuff. People have told me some very kind things that help me out with the logistical sorter, but I want to do a couple of other things first. I want to go to Locke's place, and I've not got his thing in here. I think it's ingot, nether star. Wow, well, it works. Look at that crazy memory. I don't know how I remember shit like that, because I went here last night once, and I just remembered seeing the thing. He's got this place. I've got to show you this. It's so awesome. Check out this. Locke has got a giant Rubik cube full of stuff. Now, I'm fairly sure he said I was alright to film this. If he didn't, and he didn't want me to, I apologise, Locke. Locke doesn't do videos. Locke-alike is his full name. Don't do videos. Should do, because built some very nice stuff. I showed his crazy hole in the ground fusion reactor setup the other week. He's built a giant Rubik cube, and everyone knows what a Rubik cube is. Ouch! Fly, my pretty. So check that out. I think that's really cool. What's going on? Fly, idiot. I like that, and that's what's inside. In case you was wondering, inside every Rubik cube is a big reactor, a blood altar, and a network. So if you've ever played with a Rubik cube, that's what's going on inside. Now you know. It's all about learning. Now, I also want to show you this really awesome build, if I find the right direction. I think it's over here. Is it over here? Oh, it's over there. Check that out. It looks like you can see how awesome it is from here. This is Poppycock's. I asked him last night if it was alright if I could show a bit of this on camera, because I love what he's doing with this. This is probably, if you ever want to see a showcase for how good chisel and carpenter blocks are, check this bridge out. I've never seen out like it. Look at this, man. This is brilliant. So Poppy's made an actual bridge with a security post. Love this thing. Looks like I feel like I'm playing COD or something. Not that I've ever played COD, but what's the other one called? Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. That's COD in it, yeah. He's made this awesome thing with security barriers, and he's using collapsible blocks, and the bridge just looks amazing. And as well as the bridge looking amazing, he's used these concrete blocks really well. You've got this chisel concrete. You have got there, look, partly weathered blocks, weathered blocks, and then normal, so unweathered, I guess would be normal. So you can get a nice grade going. So you can, so it looks nice and damp at the bottom. It fades out so nice and dry. Looks amazing. And this bit, this is just off the hook. This bit, I love it. Some kind of bomb damage to the bridge. The bridge has been hit by maybe a roadside man or something. And little touch of detail, he's even got the bit of the bridge that's blown off down in the bottom of the water there. Love it. So that's what Poppy's been playing with, and very cool, I think. But yeah, that for me, you could use it as a showcase of what just an example of what you can do with chisel and carpenter blocks. You could build an entire city using just these blocks and have it looking really awesome. I love this place. Very nice, Poppycocks. Very cool. Right, I shall meet you back at the island. We are going to carry on with the logistical sorter. I've sorted a couple of things out from things I've been told, and I've changed a couple of things around. I'll be back in a bit. So here I am back at my base, and the couple of things I want to show you is, one, I've gone back to using the oxygen thing here. Now, quite a few people mentioned why weren't I using oxygen, why was I using flint. I was just using flint for the sake of using it, to be honest. I've had this running off oxygen while it was at the other base all the time. How this works with the oxygen, of course, is you use the electrolytic separator, which can either pump out oxygen or hydrogen. So I'm pumping out oxygen, dumping hydrogen, and the oxygen is going through these pressurized tubes into the side of there. Now, one of the main reasons why I've changed it back is, one is it's just simple. It sorts you that out without having to worry anymore. The reason why I did it, I was checking out how to get flint in, just making sure I was doing things right. What putting this in has actually freed me up another thing I could do, which I'll get onto in just a minute. The other thing I want to mention though is, several people let me know in a comment, is wildcards. Now, what a wildcard can do is, if you look, I've got all my separate OR dictionary filters here, and my item filters for the actual OR blocks, and I've got my separate ones for the actual the final dust that go into the smelter, but all the dirty dust and the clumps have gone. So if we go past the redstone and the lapis there, we get to this, and check this out. I've got an dictionary filter that's going through all the clumps and one that's going through all the dirty dusts. So what I have to do with this is, if you put a little asterisk either side, it'll just take that thing. So if you see there, I've got asterisk, clump, asterisk. So it's like shift 8. And what that does is, that sets it to any clump. So if you look at clump, the only clumps are them. So anything that's a clump, that filters it for me. And I see that cycling through them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different types of clump there. So they'll all go into there, which is very nice. And if we come back out, the other one I've gone with is dust dirty. So I don't think that'll show any actually if I type in dust dirty. Dust. No, look. So that's an actual OR dictionary thing. So if you want to look at dirty dusts, if you look at this, dirty dust. There's two types of dirty dust. There's the dirty iron, gravel and stuff from factorization. Then there's the dirty iron dusts from mechanism. Well, if we look at one of these and see what they go into, so press U over one of these, you cycle through and you'll get to OR dictionary, and you'll see in the OR dictionary name they're called dust dirty and then the name. So they're all called dust dirty. So that's what I put in asterisk, dust dirty with a capital D, and then that captures all them. So that saves you adding a separate thing in for each of the dusts. That's cool. And I've added, you can see I've added one more in there. I've added raw steaks just to get turned straight into cooked steaks, because we're going to be doing an animal farm very soon, because I want to make a laser drill. So that's that bit done, and then the next bit underneath, because I freed up the input of flint into this, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So what I could do is I move this around. I had to move this anyway to get the oxygen in. So what I've done is, this ME interface now, I put that pattern back in. Remember that pattern that I made, sand into glass, using the pattern encoder, that thing. Let's look at it. We go craft 1 glass with 1 sand, which is not a crafting pattern, of course. It's a processing pattern. So that goes in there. What that's going to do is, that's going to put, if I ask for 64 glass, it's going to put 64 sand through there if there's no glass in my system, and it's going to dump it into this strong box. So I made a little strong box here, and these strong boxes are really good for this. 1, they can open with a block above them, and 2, it's just a nice little inventory, because you don't need a massive inventory for stuff like this. And then I've moved this logistical sorter onto there. So now this one, if it sees any sand in that chest, it knows what to do with it. It knows to send it to the indigo, which is a smelter. So in my system here, anything that comes into my system, of course, comes in through there. So let's have a look at, see if we've got any ores left to process. Not really. I want the ferrous to go for the sagman anyway. Oh, cinnabar, where's that want to go? Oops. Cinnabar actually wants to go through just a smelter, I think. I don't think you can double this, can you? Let's have a look. Smelting into quicksilver, redstone furnace into quicksilver. I'll probably, I might make some of that with it. I think that's good stuff, I think. Thermcraft, meh. So I can have a smelter, or I can turn it into this cinnabar, and this cinnabar I think we can use for some funky stuff. You can use it for tripling ores. Now, what can I do with dark iron? I maybe want to do triple that up, so I maybe want some cinnabar for triple this up. Look, that's an 100% chance of that, and a 75% chance of that using that. So I'll leave that for now. I won't do anything with that for now. I'll use some quicksilver for Foundcraft, but not a great deal. So I haven't really got any ores I want to process just at the minute, so I'll leave that. Yeah. But what I really want to do is, say I want some glass. So let's take all this glass out. I could have, of course, just gone to the craftable there, but let's take all this glass out. You see we've got a craft recipe. And if I say give me 64 glass, it's going to use some of that sand. So there comes the sand popping out there. Now it can't go that way because that's coded to put things back in the chest. So it's going to send it around that way into the smelter. So there we go. So we can set crafting patterns in there as well to craft things that require going to there. So that is really awesome. Wonderful. So there's that bit. I guess the next bit is to start adding some kind of thermal expansion stuff. Now I was going to use a sag mill in that, but I guess I do need an induction smelter and all that one day. So I'll probably do that. But what I want to look at now is I want to see if I'm capable of making a digital miner, because I need to get some automated resource gathering going in. Well, not sure what went on there. I think I deleted the wrong bit of the video, so I've had to come back a little bit. Now, what I went on to say was I was going to cut camera and get all the bits ready to make a digital miner, which needs a robot, which is what I was looking at that for. Digital miner. I've got most of the bits built, so pretty straightforward. Teleportation cores, use them bits, and then atomic cores. Oops. Didn't mean to press that. What am I doing? Atomic cores are pretty straightforward. Need enriched alloy. No, I don't. Need obsidian dust, enriched alloys, and osmium dust. So I've made the dust in the sag mill just so it doesn't spit the dust ground and put it back through the smelter again. So I'm going to actually need a sag mill to deal with stuff like that, I think. So the bit I'm up to now is, if we see how close we are to making this. Now I've actually got the two logistical sorters, but I don't actually put them in there for some reason. No idea why it doesn't, but they are in there. Yeah, look, there they are. One there and one there. So all I'm missing now is the robot, which goes in the middle. So the robot, it's mostly pretty straightforward. I've made that bit. Now the only bit I need to do is these obsidian ingots. And to make these, we need to bring another couple of machines in. I need an osmium compressor. And the osmium compressor needs refined obsidian dust. So osmium ingot, refined obsidian dust. I've actually made them because I was working out how to do it. So I've got 2 refined obsidian dust and I've got some osmium ingots. I've made a osmium compressor, so we can look at that like so. That's pretty straightforward again, your basic mechanism machine. And I've used my metallurgic infuser here. Now I put a diamond in there. To put a diamond through the crusher, make it into diamond dust. Diamond in there, obsidian dust. Gets you these refined obsidian dust. So that's how they come from. So I had 2 obsidian dust, 1 diamond, and there's some left. So 1 diamond got me enough for 3 or 4 by the look of it. In fact, let's make a couple more. I'm sure they'll come in handy one day. Grab a couple of them obsidian. I've been running these through the sag mill. The sag mill does it a bit weird. It makes them into crushed obsidian first, and you get a chance of getting a bonus dust. So look, we've got a bonus dust then. And then you put the crushed obsidian in again, and then it becomes dust. And you get a chance for a bonus there as well. So we could have, from then 2, we could have ended up with 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe, but we got 3 if they've all doubled up. So they go into there, and it looks like there's not enough. Oh yeah, there was enough left. That just didn't go. Weird. So that's turned all them into refined obsidian dust as well. Look, so it's used some more of the diamond up. Not sure you get that out if you want to get it out. Say if I wanted to put redstone, this is how you make the enriched alloy as well. You put iron in there and you put redstone in there. So I'm not sure you dump that. Maybe that button there. No, that's not letting me dump. So not sure. It looks like an energy dump on that side. Anyway, speaking of dump, I made a couple of these guys. Gas tank. This is really cool. Now I had to make, so I made one, and I put oxygen in it by mistake. So I made another one because I actually wanted a tank of hydrogen. This is a tank of, no recipe for that. That's a lie. It's called a gas tank. So there it is. It's just an iron dust with some osmium around it. Gives you this empty gas tank, and if we look at it, you see that one's got 96,000 oxygen in, which is pretty cool. So that's like a buffer there, so that's going to keep this oxygen full. Now 8,400 in there. You see that's got 96,000 in. Now the reason why I made this is at some point I am going to make a mechanism jetpack. So I wanted a tank of hydrogen, which I've got. So I've filled one full of hydrogen, and then I switched this back to oxygen. I say I put some oxygen in my mistake, so that's just a case of switching that and that to put out hydrogen instead. I've got them, so them tanks are really nice and cool. So yeah, mechanism jetpack is something I will do one day. So now let's make this Robbit then. So I need obsidian ingots, so let's go and make them. So the metallurgic infuser you have seen before, because as I said, you use it to make these enriched alloy things, these guys. There you go, iron and redstone. So the osmium compressor is new. I'm just going to do this manually for now, because we shouldn't need a great deal of this. So that's going to crush them. This is very slow. Let's make some more upgrades. I'll do all the upgrades off camera at some point, just so this can be quicker next time I need to use it. That one's got the speed, but not the energy, so I'll do that as well. So there we go, there's one. What else do we need then? I think I've got everything else ready. And here comes two. Now this is one of the coolest looking blocks in the game, I think. So let's jump over here. Oh, you've gone so quick. Pokefen was on and Poppycox is on. As you saw, Pokefen's just gone. So now let's make us a Robbit. So they go there and there. And again, the chest don't go in the bottom, but I have made the chest, so it should be down here somewhere. There it is, electric chest. That gets us a Robbit. Now, I'm not sure if I have to charge him up with energy. I don't think I do, but we could do that if I needed to, so we'll find out in a minute. Digital. There's a digital mana, so in that goes. Robbit goes in the middle. What else are we missing? Atomic cores. I thought I'd made all them. Got one. Okay, I need another atomic core then. Well, I'm sure I made enough of them. I'm sure I made 6 of them. I must have had one in my inventory and lost it. I shall cut just for a second, get that made. One there. Yeah, just one. Okay, I need to crush up some more stuff. Back in a sec. Okay then, quickly made a second. No, I've not actually made it yet, I'm lying. Let's put them in there. And now we can make a second one of them. Nice and easy. There we go. And now let's try that again. So they want to go up there. And the logistical... What's going on? Damn thing. Logistical sorters were down here somewhere. There they are. One there and one there. Gets us this awesome guy, Digital Miner. Check this guy out, he's really cool. How big is he? We'll put him there. Perfect. Sweet. Check that out. That looks so cool. Now for this then, what do I need to do? I need to give it power, so I'm going to make some universal cable, run it under the floor up to this guy. Now I'm just going to leave it here for now. Now we can set all kind of stuff. Reset, auto eject, auto pull, silk touch. I think I'm going to silk touch everything. I need to put some upgrades in, so I'll get them sorted. We've got no power at the minute. What's that say? Replace block. Replace block with cobble or something. That's cool. So I'll probably do that as well, because we've got so much cobble. So I need to get this connected up to some kind of system where I can get all this stuff sorted. I can configure it in there, so I can add filters, so I can get it just to pull one thing using the same stuff. That's good, isn't it? So I can get it to just to pull ores, so we can go ore. So that'll pull any kind of ore. So you see there, it's going to cycle through all types of ore. Brilliant. So there's that bit. And we can set the radius there. I'm not sure what the max is. I'll have to check that out. Set the minimum and maximum height. And then, what else is in there? We can set this to silk touch. I think it takes more power, maybe, silk touch in it. We can auto eject it into a ME, what do you call it? ME interface, and we can also get the system to eject cobble into the same ME interface to keep it stocked. So that's good. Now I think the ejection point's the top there. So let me get a few things sorted. I'll be back in a bit. Okay then, here we are. I decided to move over there, and I'll tell you for why in just a minute. I've added some upgrades to these guys, so they've got 8 upgrades in. So 9 times speed and energy, which makes them more efficient and stuff, which is good. And I've also done the same over here. I decided to put it over here, it's just a bit easier to get power to it. And it doesn't really matter if it's here or there, it's equivalent just about, isn't it? So what I was going to do, I was going to attach it to ME network. Then I thought, well, I might as well just put a deep storage unit on here for putting dirt in the place that I'm going to take out. So what we've got is, basically there's 2 blocks on here. And thank you again to Vagram's video, Hot Blocks video, for letting me know this guy works. It made it a lot easier. So we've got a box on the back, a block on the back. Let's say a hole. We have a hole in the back, that's for outputting items. And we've got a hole in the top for inputting items if we're using the swap feature. Now I was just making sure I had enough room in my ME network. I've cleared as much out of there as I can. I just want to grab my what's that? Organic and crafted. And I want to add cactus to the organic, and I want to add can't reach it. What's going on? It's gone. And I want to add piston to the crafted, and then put them back. Organic, crafted, and then I can throw them in there, and they won't clutter up that. So I've got no clutter in there. I've got a bit of stuff in there, but nothing too much. I will so everything that doesn't get processed through this is going to go in there. So I went with an ender chest because at some point this is going to go mobile with me. I'll be moving it around, and when it goes mobile, we can use that, and I can use a dimensional transceiver for the power part. At the minute, you can see I've got a universal cable running up from the bottom. So he's got his 8 upgrades in. So what I want to do now then is we'll do a little test here. I've done this once and it worked, so I'm going to show you it again. What I've got under my base here, I'm going to put in just down here. I'm on level 66, as you can see under the map, and I'm just going to put 5 blocks of coal down there, and we're going to do a little setup here. We're going to go. Why is that happening? Why is that blanked out? Reset? Reset. Okay. So it's kept all them. So eject is on, yes. Pull is on, yes. Silica is on, yes. I put a ghost item in there so we can shift click to get that, I think, yeah. So we need one bit of dirt to set that in there, like so. Wonderful. It's got its own inventory as well, didn't even notice. So that goes in there. And now in this config screen, what we're going to do is, I've got an OR dictionary filter there. Cancel that, click on that. OR dictionary there for asterisks, odd asterisks. So you can see it's going through all types of ORs. So that's all good. So what that's going to do is going to get me any OR. Now what I'm going to do is, I've set this to radius 3. So that's going to be 3 blocks from the centre of the machine there. So I believe that's where it's manning down. So I guess my power in there is a bit weird because it's going to man through the power line if it was a real manner. And I'm going to set minimum 65, maximum 70. So if you remember, I was down at level 66 there, and I've got everything set to all. So what I can do now is, if I start here, you'll see that it'll go to mine 5 really quick. Watch. 5, 3, 2, 1, gone. So what's happened? It's manned them 5 blocks of coal from under there, and there they go. Very nice. And what's put under here, where them blocks of coal were, we have got blocks of dirt, so it's replaced them with dirt. Very nice indeed. So what I can do now is I can set my radius nice and big, so they can go back in there. Now that coal's just going to come back into here because I've got no processing set up for coal just yet. So what I can do is I can stop that, and I guess I've got to reconfig it. So I need to reset back in the config. So minimum, I'm going to go to 0, which will take me down to bedrock. Maximum, I'm at 71 here, and there won't be many ores up in here, so I might as well just leave it at 70. So we'll leave that at 70. Radius, I'm going to go 64 for now. We'll set that. Okay, looks like the max is 32. Okay, that's good to know. So the max is 32, we'll set that. We've got one filter that's going to grab everything that's ore. I could add some more things here, like, can I do this from here? Let's have a look. See if I can ghost from any eye. Infused. Can I drag infused stone into there? It looks like I cannot ghost from the eye, so I'd need one of each. I don't think you can silk touch them, so I need to find a way of getting them. Well, we'll leave it as is for now. We'll just grab ours. We can always do it again for different things later. So we'll come out of there. 32, 0 to 70. Everything else is the same here. So eject is on, pull is on, silk touch on, and to man. So it's going to calculate all the blocks down there. Shit. So there's 18,700 blocks under there. It sends me a nice little message and it lights up. Very nice. So he's lit up. He's running. He's pulling power. See that there? He's pulling 100 MJ a tick. Wheeler's telling me. And as you can see, things are happening. Awesome. Now, how quick are things happening? Now, things are all spreading out. What I need to know is, I should actually turn that off. It's going to slow things down a bit, but I'll turn them off so they actually go into stacks rather than spread out. Because if I get big veins of stuff, it could cause me issue. So anything that's not got a preset path to go is going to go straight into here. So as you can see, things are coming in: manganese, emery, camerite, Certus quartz. Now Certus quartz, how can I process that? Enrichment chamber gets me 1. Crusher gets me 1. Sagnal gets me 1 of each by the look of it. Macerate gets me 1. Pulverizer gets me 2 on a small chance. So it looks like I'm not going to get much bonus out of them. So what I'll probably do is I'll use are they even fortunable? I thought there was. I'm not even sure with Certus quartz. Can never remember. If they're not fortunable, I'll work out which one gets me the best. It looks like pulverizer is going to be the best for that. Sulfur ore. So sulfur can go from the enrichment chamber and get me 12. Now sulfur is going to be used in the new version of mechanism, which gives you 4 times of processing. So we've got triple processing here. The new version, it's in the beta version at the minute, you use a few new machines that use the oxygen gas, and you can actually get an extra machine in front of this stack, and that uses the things you make from sulfur in the machines, in the new machines, and you can actually get 4 times our processing. But that is working wonderfully. Right then, unfortunately, I'm going to wrap up the episode there early because I am very busy. I'm about to do a UHC, so there won't be any of them out yet, but hopefully in the next few days there'll be a UHC out, and hopefully I'll last longer than 15 minutes. So there might be more than one episode. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. We have got our digital mana going. As you can see, he is replacing every block I take with dirt. It's not massively quick, but it's nice and steady, isn't it? And how's this doing? Oh shit. It's a bit slow, isn't it? Well, okay, I might have to deal with that. Now what happens if this gets full? Does this guy just back up? There's nothing in there yet, so I guess he ain't got fully full. Fully full. I might have to change some settings in here to make it go quicker. Round robin. Auto eject. Not 100% sure what these mean, but I'll check them offline and see how it goes. But for now, we have got stuff going. I can always stop this as well. And like that. And it'll just start off where it's left off. But for now, I am going to have to go. I gotta go now, mate. So there we go. We have got some materials coming in. So, very nice. We'll soon be able to make big stuff again. Hooray! Cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.